from his presentation, Akufo-Addo received one, and he reviewed it and decided otherwise. John Mahama has received 3, 5, and could have, or what's it?
I think I understand the first reaction that we must protect the office of the Chief Justice as much as we can. And the conversations we are having now is a test of our constitutionalism, and we must, as much as we are witnesses to the process, we are all, or should all, be interested in process integrity. Okay. So far, our constitutional mechanism has provided that the petition, once received by the president, there must be an opinion on it, whether or not it meets a prima facie standard. The determination of what amounts to prima facie, there has been back and forth discussions about it. There's no question about it. In this case, once the president receives it, I would not join any discussion that it is in the interest of separation of powers or even in the interest of protecting the office of the Chief Justice that you must trash the petition as received because of any consideration. If we want by constitutional means to elevate the standard by which the removal of the Chief Justice occurs, we are entitled to. So far as it exists, the process is that we must determine whether or not the petition as it exists, just by a prima facie, just by looking at the record, are the allegations made, if assumed to be true, does it raise an issue of misbehavior, stated incompetence, or infirmity of body and mind? Just that. But we must remember that this is only a filtering process. It is as if the conversation is being held as this is a foregone conclusion or the Chief Justice has gone home.
Is the prima facie determination that of the president?
No, the prima facie determination, well, it is by the president, in fact, if you follow what the Supreme Court is saying. Because the Supreme Court is saying that in consultation means that you are seeking their advice, but you make the ultimate decision. This is one of the reasons why there's a cause for concern, because first of all, we have a court that is saying that we should not know what the content of the petition is. We should not even know that the petition has been made. Now, if we want to go into proper governance, and this is where my concerns has been, that we have essentially thrown the president under the bus. We've thrown the president under the bus because everybody then is presuming that this is something that is orchestrated by the executive to remove the Chief Justice. It could not be so.
And you just made a statement, and I think I'm hearing that almost like for the first time. So we need to be very clear about something.
So I
want to guide you this. This. We have read it over and again, but it's important to read it. Sometimes in the middle of the discussion, we may forget. Where the petition is for the removal of the Chief Justice, the President shall, acting in consultation with the Council of State, appoint a committee consisting of 2 justices of the Supreme Court, one of whom shall be appointed chairman by the President, and 3 other persons who are not members of the Council of State, nor members of Parliament, nor lawyers. There is no requirement for the President to make a prima facie.
Absolutely.
Then a J. Chum
in
2005-6, correct?
Yes.
Comes in to say there must be a prima facie
determination
to be done with the Council of State.
Yes.
Senior Uncle Okujeto tells us that they, the Council of State, are the ones who do the prima facie.
Yes.
As we are learning, there appears to have been some voting with some people or one person abstaining within the Council of State. Is that correct?
Yes, that's what we have been advised.
So how do we say prima facie is the decision of the president?
The reason why I say this is that what is law and what is practice can differ. The Supreme Court is telling us that when the president must make a decision in consultation with the Council of State, it is the president's decision. He's only consulting and may decide whether or not he's bound by it or not. That has been the position that the courts have taken us to. Now, there's no reason which would prevent a president saying that because I want no hand in this, I'm going to entirely leave the decision in the hands of the Council of State, which, from what we understand, appears to what has been done. Now, it is a serious case that the Council of State, appointed so, would by unanimity, excluding one who abstained, not voted against, decide that this meets the bar for us to establish that committee. We cannot rubbish those complaints or even insult the intelligence of the persons who have made those decisions. There is, in fact, 2 judges on it. One, the former Chief Justice, who has held that office before. Now, irrespective of our feelings as to whether or not what precedent does it set, where does it move us to, we must never deviate from the question as to whether or not so far there has been process integrity.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the beginning part for me. One of my biggest concerns, however, generally in this conversation, is that we are beginning to see this issue mirror our political divide.
So can we establish one small point? If the prima facie determination was made by the Council of State, is the president bound or not bound?
Legally, no, not bound.
The president can say you have made a prima facie.
By what the Supreme Court has said.
No, it's not advice.
Pardon? So the Supreme Court says advice. So when you look at both GBA decisions and all, they have taken both the question of advice and consultation with and determined that the ultimate decision maker remains the decision maker. So by their own doing, they then put the responsibility on the president to make that final call.
Okay.
But it is prudent, as it seems to be the going practice, or at least what we imagine, that the president decides that I am going to abide exclusively by what the Council of State has done. In this case, we are being told that the president has decided to submit his decision-making to what the Council of State has done. So this is, in fact, a decision that, well, even though legally the president owns it, practically, this is a decision made by the Council of State.
Yes or no? The president can say, prima facie, I don't take it. So what happens?
So that's the problem. So
I need to take a quick break.
So we have been boxed into a corner where we have to reconcile what the Supreme Court is telling us on the implication and meaning of...
No, I need you to agree or disagree that when if the Council of State is the one that does the prima facie, they can finish and say, we have found that the Chief Justice should come and answer in a committee. And the president is entitled to say, I don't agree with your prima facie. Is that correct?
I don't think that the president
that's what he just said.
Advised. A president can say that, but I don't think that a president well advised will do that. Because clearly you'll be okay, setting yourself up against condemnation by the people of the country.
Imagine the president says, I don't take your prima facie, then what happens? He will make his own to establish that there's no prima facie, so no committee should be set up.
Well, in fact, it seems to us that the petition against that brought the last time was brought by Kwekwaza. We don't know actually what the Council of State recommended. What we know is that the president says I have consulted and I have made this decision.
And Samuel has given us more information that they did it.
Pardon? Decisions in terms of the are not made public.
Yes.
It's not made.
It's
public.
Difficult to say.
No, I'm asking a practical issue.
Yeah.
If it's the Council of State that makes the prima facie, and you suggest that the president can say, I don't take your prima facie, what happens?
That's why I don't think that in the
case dies.
Yeah, that's what I think.
No, it's really dangerous.
How will it do?
You see, it's very dangerous.
This is the loophole.
Thank you. And the Constitution will not have been breached.
Very dangerous. Uncharted territory.
I have never disagreed with Gertrude. Yeah. I know that it is the consensus of many people.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Yeah. I don't agree with Gertrude.
Dangerous,
but